We are coming to the end of the 2026 ESPN Fantasy Football Marathon. And there's only one way in which we can do so, our favorite way, a mock draft. And over the next 2 hours, we're going to deliver you a 10-team PPR mock draft with an incredible cast that I have the honor to introduce right now. We've got SportsCenter's Kiana Martin making her mock draft debut. No pressure whatsoever. Eric Moody, man who has been here, done that for many a year. Adam Schefter, Joe Fortenbaugh, our guy Dan Graziano, Daniel Dopp, Liz Loza, Mike Clay, I am Field Yates, and that's only 9 of us because we have one more drafter. It is Tyler Fulgham. And where exactly are you, Tyler?
I'm somewhere 30,000 feet above your head, Field Yates, on a United plane, and I'm coming to you thanks to Starlink Wi-Fi on this United plane. I'm going to do the draft from a plane thanks to Starlink Wi-Fi. And I'm not going to miss a pick.
First ever Starlink draft.
It's so fast and it's so
well,
reliable.
Welcome back to another year, guys.
Okay, that is groundbreaking.
Should
right
be
there.
pretty
We've done
interesting.
a lot of things here as part of the ESPN Fantasy Football Marathon. We have never had somebody draft from a plane, breaking new ground. A quick reminder on the rules. They're pretty straightforward. If you play fantasy football, you're likely familiar. This is our 11th year doing the mock draft. It's a 10-team PPR snake draft. We are taking 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, a flex, a defense, a kicker. Mike might take those in the first
let me say
3
this now.
rounds.
So
7
obviously this is going to be a long video, and if you'd rather watch shorter
and more history
cut-ups and
in the
stuff like
ESPN
that,
Fantasy
check my
Football
channel because
Marathon.
I'm going to post much
As
more
with the first
specific
pick,
stuff
it will be
than
none other than the
the
man who
entirety
has
of this
never had the
video.
first
So
pick. Mr.
a lot
Adam
of fantasy
Schefter
content coming out.
selecting number 1. The order follows as it goes here. Eric Moody as number 2, Mike Clay at number 3, Liz Loza number 4. I am number 5, Joe Fortenbaugh at 6, Daniel Dopp 7, Kiana Martin at 8, Dan Graziano at 9, and Tyler from the plane will conclude things with pick number 10. Adam Schefter, you're on the clock. Without further ado, who are you taking?
We'll give people a blueprint for picking at the number 1 slot. I debated Fernando Mendoza here because he was the number 1 overall pick. I debated Barry Sanders, but being that he's retired, the next best thing will be Jahmyr Gibbs at number 1. Lock him in. I get 2 running backs. There's 1. You all are in trouble.
Oh, boy. Schefter on the board with Jahmyr Gibbs. Yes.
Is it necessary for the guy who already has more intel than all of us to get the number 1 pick?
Agreed.
No, it's not. Like they say, this
happens
is random.
once every 17 years.
Random.
As Adam Schefter said, with the 15 years at ESPN, and you get
Mickey Mouse ears and the number 1 pick.
That's pretty good right there. Mickey Mouse ears, valuable to some. Eric Moody on the clock at number 2. I would argue that number 2 is the best place to be in the order because you just take whichever of Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs is still available. Do you see it the same way?
Oh, absolutely. So Team Moody selects Bijan Robinson. Shocker. But I'm like, at the running back position in drafts this year, it's like you want to get running backs who are seeing volume. And you look at Robinson last year, he had 2,298 yards, sees a lot of touches. I know some people are concerned, hey, the quarterback situation is a little uncertain. I'm not too concerned about that. I want a running back who's getting touches, so our Adam Schefter took Gibbs, so Robinson's a pretty good default.
There you go. Bijan Robinson at number 2. Number 3 on the clock is Mike Clay. And before you make your selection, Mike, or even walk us through it, we do have a very special message from a fantasy football enthusiast.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You're watching ESPN's Fantasy Marathon, and I know a thing or two about fantasy football, but maybe you don't. And if you don't, you need fantasy advice from the godfather of fantasy football.
I think the first round strategy always is to just take the best player available. Once you get into the later rounds, then it becomes a lot more strategic. But if you're picking 1 through 10, wherever you are, just take the best player that's up there.
And more prepared than everybody else in the room. But the difference between Mike Clay and myself is Mike predicts champions. I am one.
That was awesome. Wow.
He was talking to me?
Yes. That's a career highlight right there. The Miz. The guy's held every belt in all of WWE. Joe, you can vouch for me.
He's the locker room leader. He's the longest tenured. He has taken over for John Cena. That's a big honor for you.
All right. Message received. Let me gather myself a little bit. I'll make some picks here. Hey. I have connections. We'll come back to that, okay?
Note to production for future years.
Wow.
Don't give Mike the sweet hype video. Show a little respect and enthusiasm.
I mean, he said a lot of nice things. He probably should have stopped there a little. Came after me a little bit at the end, but
he's a professional wrestler. You expect a hug?
I got to tell you something. That's better than Mickey Mouse ears.
I know know it is, but just.
All right.
I have some words for you later, Miz. We'll leave it at that.
Oh.
Back to the board here. I'm gonna make a pick here, and Liz.
Yeah.
You're picking next. I know we've talked about this. Saw Jamar Chase. Had a little injury in practice today.
Landed a little awkwardly.
He did.
He
So
might have
I
tweaked.
thought.
Yeah.
I don't know how concerned I should be. Should I be concerned, Adam?
Hyperextended his knee.
Okay. How bad?
Doesn't seem bad, but let's see how it responds here. In the next
Any better or worse than Puka Nakua's groin? Any Puka Nakua's groin, better or worse than the hyperextended knee?
I can't speak to Puka's groin.
I'm gonna go Jamar Chase. I would
Yeah,
love
I
to go
agree.
Puka
So-
Nakua. I'm a little nervous about going Jamar Chase.
Obviously,
It
Jamar
doesn't
went
make it
down
that
in
tough.
practice,
Also,
but
it is so wonderful that the Miz
it
shouted
doesn't
you
seem
out.
that bad.
Fun
I don't think he
fact,
tore his
The
ACL
Miz
or
and I
anything.
lived in the same building in Hollywood back in the day. I'm surprised Liz did not get the shout out.
Wow.
Miss for Liz?
Off the top rope,
You
sir.
lived in the same building. Were you friends?
We can talk about that offline. We don't need to get into all that.
I'm just curious if you don't get the shout out, did you even know each other? Is essentially what I was.
Oh, yeah.
Or did you just know he was in the building?
No, I knew where he parked his.
Then there's clearly beef here. Triple threat match.
I think
Here we
if
go.
you took,
Liz,
I mean, I think Jamar Chase is the actual best
I'm gonna
receiver in the
make this
league, and he
very
has been for
simple.
multiple years. But if you
I'm
take
gonna
any of those
Jackson
5
Smith and
receivers at the
Jigba,
top, you'll be
last
fine.
year's Offensive Player of the Year, led the league in receiving yards. I'm not interested in taking one of these top-ranked running backs, so I will have a nice high-floor receiver.
That's a little bit of a curveball right there.
it is.
Jackson Smith and Jigba has often been going as wide receiver 3 and kind of made my pick a little more interesting there. I'll take Puka Nakua.
Okay.
Why not? In my rankings, I have Christian McCaffrey just slightly ahead of Nakua. Frankly, at this point, I've exposed myself to Christian McCaffrey enough that I go the other direction with Puka Nakua. Chef, anything you want to add about a possible Puka Nakua suspension, or do we think that's, at this point, TBD?
Still under review. If it happens this season, I don't expect it to be long. I think that, again, the advantage to doing it this year would be while he's on his rookie contract as opposed to a more lucrative contract next year. We'll see. There are people who are pushing for him not to be suspended at all. We'll see what the league decides.
Okay. Even if he does get a suspension, sounds like it would be short, and I'm still comfortable with him at the 5th overall pick. Joe Fortenbaugh, your first selection. I know you've been training for this one since the end of what was formerly Fantasy Football Now, which concluded in early January, so nearly 8 months later. What have you been dialing up?
It's about time we got here because I've been doing nothing but prepping for this since then. Although I did just find out I was doing this today, so you can go either way.
I love him.
I'm on Ross St. Brown. We're going to go with consistency. If there's something Joe Fortenbaugh loves, it's consistency. Top 5 in PPR scoring each of the last 3 years. That's how we're going to build out our roster this season.
Okay. All right. Dom.
All right. I'm really upset at you. First off, that was my pick. I should have had it. Second off, you didn't even give the right stats. The only wide receiver over the last 3 years consecutively with at least 115 receptions.
My stats were correct.
Only
They
wide
just weren't
receiver
going as
over
you
the last
liked.
3 years with at least 1,250 receiving yards in 3 consecutive seasons. The only wide receiver in 3 consecutive seasons with 10 or more receiving touchdowns. The dude is an unbelievably high floor. I hate you.
Daniel.
He's also off
Lions
the
off the
clock
board.
now.
That's your
He's
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's off the clock.
You can take Jameson Williams here.
I know.
Adam.
That's his team.
Pacheco is.
Listen, I've been very, very upfront from the jump. I'm at a spot now where I have Christian McCaffrey looking me in the face, and I'm not taking him. I'm going with James Cook. I love James Cook. He is my RB3. I am out on Christian McCaffrey, and I am also have James Cook over Jonathan Taylor because of all the touches that he had last season. I am more worried
Speak
about
to it,
that
friend.
Colts offense. I am in on James Cook because
Actually, I like that pick. I mean, if you're going to say McCaffrey's always hurt,
last year. Didn't I hear they maybe want to get him
You
some
don't-
more
like you
work
said,
in
you
the
don't trust the
receiving
Colts
game?
offense.
As if it could get any better there. I'm in on James
you got
Cook.
Josh Allen, and he led the league in rushing
I
last
love
year.
conviction.
They're not going to be worse.
Conviction.
It's my team, not yours.
He may not be first in rushing, but
for you, Keanu
he's
Martin.
going to be up there unless he gets hurt.
That's right. And I thought coming into this, I was just like, all of these top running backs are going to be off the board. I know these experts are going to go straight for them, but I have plenty to choose from here to be on the back end of the first round. And, we're talking about being a homer.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let's go ahead and make sure we're working here. I'm going to go for CMC as a homer myself, product of Bay Area representing. We're going to go CMC.
I think the nails may have caught you there. We got to press it one more time. Moody can help out.
There we go. We got it.
There we go. We have Christian McCaffrey.
When he is healthy, we know that he is the focal point of a Shanahan offense, and I don't see it being any different this year. The only question marks we have is the age. 30 years old, but we know what he's capable of when he's healthy. I feel very confident in this one. I'm rolling with CMC.
What a steal at 8.
I know.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Concerned about the power station at all?
Not at all.
It's a substation, yes.
Come on, Joe.
I mean,
you survived. Get it right.
I survived it,
you
so
thoroughly covered them.
I did,
How
and
many
I survived
sprained ankles did you have during your time there?
None.
Wow.
Look at that.
Maybe it's all a myth.
I think for me with McCaffrey, I think the age matters a little bit more than the injuries. He is always got something, but he's getting older, and he's just not going to produce till he's 40.
But with CeeDee Lamb sitting
But
here,
I
I'm
still
gonna
think
take
for
him,
this year, he's still
and see if I can get my running back on the turn. See what Tyler
more than
does
worthy of the pick
from the airplane and what's left over. But CeeDee Lamb, elite #1 wide receiver. I still think he's the #1 wide receiver in Dallas. As big a year as Pickens had. So yeah, happy to get CeeDee Lamb at number 9.
Incredibly talented player, and the Cowboys offense, you can say whatever you want about the defense. The offense always hums. But it's now time for the ESPN Fantasy Football Draft Command Center presented by United Airlines. And I guess we'll call him Captain Tyler Fulgham. Your first pick here at no, you don't like that.
No, let's not do that.
Yeah. First class Fulgham, who you got at number 10?
Oh, that's good.
Economy plus.
You guys are my best friends. I love you because you left me with Jonathan Taylor. My friends at United have a slogan, good leads the way. I'd like to lead my draft off by taking not a good, but a great running back in Jonathan Taylor, who last year before Daniel Jones got hurt was on his way to being the player of the year offensively in the NFL, on his way to more than 20 touchdowns and more than 2,000 yards from scrimmage. So at number 10, JT, sign me up.
There you go. Jonathan Taylor is the final pick of the first round, and it's something we are seeing often in the first round this year. It's an even split between running backs and wide receivers, as was the case in our mock draft here. 5 running backs, 5 wide receivers off the board. The curveballs being that those running backs went a little bit later than expected, but nothing too shocking in the first round overall. Everybody seems happy with their picks, and of course with this snake format, we are right back to the plane, and here is Tyler Fulgham.
All right, yeah, I think at this juncture of the draft, if you're in the 10 or if you're in a 12-team draft, 11-12 spot, it's really rich with running back. You can get that running back start, and then forget that for a while as you load up another position. So I'm going to add more good to my running back and go with Kenneth Walker. Ooh. I really think Ken Bone, the Super Bowl MVP, is going to come to the Chiefs and get fed and produce the way Saquon Barkley did the first year he moved from the Giants to the Chiefs. Kansas City paid him, and they are going to use him at the goal line and in the passing game. I think Walker is headed for his best statistical season yet.
Thoughts from the peanut gallery here.
You get handed Jonathan Taylor. You're in such a good spot. Gifted Jonathan Taylor, and then you go ahead and do that. Don't even take your guy, Devon Achane. This is typical. Just...
New year.
Achane, unlike this plane, is going to be grounded on planet Earth this year because of the offensive environment. No more Tua dump-offs, no more Mike McDaniel offense. I'm so glad to be up here in these first-class accommodations so I don't have to sit by you, Mike Clay, during this draft. Instead, I can hang out with the wonderful folks of United who treat me like a king up here.
So Tyler may never come back.
Why am I seated? I'm seated right here. I'm seated right here, so I have to look right down barrel the whole show. This is
we are very strategic with our planning throughout this process. All right, there you go. 11 picks in the book.
Every year.
We have many more ahead. And so far, no love for Jeremiah. But how much longer will the 3rd overall selection in the 2026 NFL Draft have to wait? Dan Graziano has the first chance to make Jeremiah love his 2nd-round pick. That's next.
I think this ESPN Fantasy Football Draft Command Center is presented by United Airlines, with the fastest, most reliable, high-speed Wi-Fi in the sky.
Back here, 11 picks made and nearly 1.9 million teams drafted since yesterday began. Let's sail past 2 million by the time this mock draft has come to a conclusion. We are 1 pick into the 2nd round. Dan Graziano back on the clock. You have already made your first selection. You were surprised to land a running back. I'm sorry, CeeDee Lamb where you did, because all the running backs went. So who you taking here now?
And then I thought Tyler would take Jonathan Taylor and Devon Achane, which would have disappointed me. Instead, he took Ken Walker. So I'm happy to take Devon Achane here early in the second round. I understand the concerns about Miami. I don't think they're going to be a very good team. Who else is going to get the ball in Miami besides their absolute best player on offense? I think he's going to be heavily involved. I'm excited to have him. High volume running back in probably not a very good offense.
A fun game to play is name 3 Dolphins wide receivers.
Yeah.
Good luck. Difficult to do.
Miami did invest in sort of running the ball this offseason, too. They're obviously going to be terrible, but
His audio was cut off.
Achane is a good pick.
Tyler, don't show off.
Yeah.
By the way, people don't realize this. Tyler is actually in the air right now. He's actually flying right now. He is somewhere, I believe, somewhere in Maryland at this point, but he will be flying across.
Somewhere over the South Pacific, we'll say.
That would be nice.
That's fine.
Not accurate, but it would be nice. Kiana's back up for her second pick. What do you got, Kiana Martin?
You know, I thought that me and Dan Graziano were friends.
Yeah.
You know,
Until now.
you know, until we got here in this war room, and now I see that it is in fact war. So because of that, I really want to go heavy on the running back position because I understand how this draft. Wait a minute, that was too much of a reaction right there.
Oh yeah.
I'm in.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with. We're working on it. Don't worry, Ashton Genty.
Ooh.
I'm not too concerned with the injury news. Adam Schefter got any
You're good. I
updates
think you're
for me?
okay. I think you're okay.
We're good. We know how he's going to be viewed in this offense, and I think in this draft, especially this year, running backs are going to be tough to get in the top round. So let's go all in. We're going to be aggressive. I want to see him build off that rookie season.
Double running backs for Kiana Martin to start. That includes CMC, Christian McCaffrey, and now Ashton Genty. Daniel Dopp on the clock.
I love
It's been a while since the line went.
It has been a minute. I'm still going to
he's
wait
happier
on
this
that
time.
one. I am excited, though, because one of my favorite starts in draft, if you're drafting from the back half of the first round, is to be able to get James Cook and Justin Jefferson, who I think is unbelievable value. I'm taking Justin Jefferson with the 4th pick of the second round. This never would have happened last year. There is so much recency bias on him finishing as wide receiver 30 last year. He was a top 10 wide receiver every other season of his career. Before last season, he had 5 straight seasons as a top 5 wide receiver.
Yeah.
This dude is so good. I think the slide is too far. I get the Kyler Murray concern.
Yeah.
He was catching passes from Nick Mullins and Josh Dobbs. And who else was throwing
Jaron Hall was there
you
for
go.
a while, too.
And he was still a top 10 wide receiver. I can't believe I'm getting him here in the second round. I love this start.
It's a steal. He's going to get a lot of target share regardless. So
Yes.
I think it's a big win. I should have took him from you, but
I think they covered it all right there. To see him go outside the top 10 is just bananas.
Oh, man. Oh, guys, thank you. That's
A lot of fruit baskets heading to J.J. McCarthy if Justin Jefferson bounces back. Like, thank you for depressing the stock enough.
That's right.
Bye.
That's right.
Joe Fortenbaugh on the clock.
If he wasn't going there, he was going here.
Yeah.
So excellent pick. I was eyeing that one up for a while. I didn't think he'd get past Tyler. I was surprised he kept sliding. I'm going Drake London with the Falcons. Obviously, a lot of concerns at the quarterback position, but at the same time, they're going to be trailing in a lot of games.
Yeah.
We're going to be throwing the ball all 4 quarters throughout the course of the season. Garbage time numbers are there. I'm going with 2 wide receivers. I like to stick with the idea, just best guy on the board. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going to get caught moving down 5 or 6 spots because I need a running back or have that sort of perception. So London's my top guy there. We're going Drake London.
Not a lot of notes here, Joe, but I am curious. You have an excellent mustache that comes out during the beginning of the football season. When does that process start?
It would have started a month ago. Long story.
Okay.
Talk about it on a fair.
Okay.
We get the Miz story from.
I think Drake London's kind of a similar pick to Achane because I think Atlanta will be better than Miami, but it's kind of the same thing. Like best player on obviously they have Bijan too, but like best pass catcher on a bad team.
I have 11th overall on my big board, which gets me a 5-pick premium there. So Puka Nacua and Derrick Henry picking from the 5 spot. We will take it. Liz Loza. You are next at number 17.
I had a feeling that you were going to pick Derrick Henry because we've hung out quite a bit.
Spent way
recently.
too much time together with these drafters.
Do you know that I, too, am fond of Derrick Henry? I like to call him fantasy's greatest anomaly. Instead, however, I am going to draft one Omarion Hampton because I am not worried about the Keaton Mitchell hype. I love this Chargers offense, rejuvenated both in terms of the trenches and in terms of the offensive play caller. Very high on Hampton, and I'm going to draft with conviction as well.
Already
Mitchell.
Yeah.
He's had the most receptions he's ever had in his career is 9 in a season.
Keaton Mitchell.
He has 3 touchdowns his entire 3-year career. Like, I know that he's explosive, and we talk about him like being that guy. Like he's just never been on the field to see it. I'm not depressing Omari and Hampton's value because of Keaton Mitchell yet.
Not scared.
Mike Clay is up here at pick number 18. Was Mark Martin number 18, the number 18
No, he's number 6. Most of his career, he had a few numbers. Bringing up Mark Martin, wrote a book this year. Had to celebrate this guy, but right now I'm going to celebrate Jeremiah Love.
I knew it.
We let him have it.
I know.
And I have a stat.
Can we all say it together? Can we say it together?
Can I guess?
Ready? Yeah, go ahead. Let's see.
I'm going to
Let's let
say
Dan do it.
that the last 9 running backs that were picked in the top 12
Of the NFL draft?
of the NFL draft all
Correct.
finished top 12 in fantasy their rookie year.
Nailed
That's
it.
it, Dan. That's it, baby.
That's a crazy stat.
Told me that, but I forget who. Who was it? Who else was in the sauna? Was there someone else in the sauna? There was that guy.
There was a guy. There was a guy.
I don't know what.
I don't remember. It might have been him. I think it came Thomas.
I think it was Thomas.
Yeah.
Thomas,
They're all
yeah,
great students.
He had a stat.
Thomas is a big fantasy guy, so that would make sense that he knew that stat. Yeah.
Love is
Listen,
looking to be.
Michael.
Oh no, not this guy. Cut him off.
Michael, no, hold on a second. Jeremiah Love, I know we both like. Did you need to take him in the second round? Couldn't he have come back in the third
I'm not
with
gonna
the
chance it.
injury issue?
This is going to be a
smart,
league winner.
savvy drafter would have
Nope.
found the value here and then taken him in the
I'm
third.
not going to take a chance of getting a league
thinking
winner
small,
at pick 18.
like your feet are
I'm
stuck
not,
on
I'm
the
not
ground.
risking that. I don't know. I didn't hear what he said. I'm not. Look, Eric has 2 picks. Adam has 2 picks before I'm up again. I'm not taking a chance of missing out on Jeremiah Love. He's going to be a feature back in Arizona very quickly. I'm not worried about Tyler Algier, and the playoff schedule for him is beautiful. He's going to be a league winner.
It's going to be great when Mike's team is eliminated early, but that playoff schedule is going to hit
He's already in the
for somebody else.
I'm not scared at all.
A lot of I'm not scared references recently. Eric Moody, you are back on the clock. You are never scared. Who you taking at number 19?
Yeah, I'm never scared. So you knew Mike was going to go with Jeremiah Love. So I'm going to go with Saquon Barkley. Really excited about a Barkley bounce back. Even in a down season, he had 317 touches last year, finished with 1,413 total yards.
Seeing Saquon that low is just like seeing Jefferson that low. Seems
a lot of my analysis starts.
it totally is just the recency bias. You see the one down season for whatever the reason is, and somehow these guys aren't picked in the top 10 anymore when they should be.
That brings us to the final pick of round 2 with Adam Schefter. We'll do a recap of the round after this pick. You are patient, Shefty. Who was Jahmyr Gibbs' new teammate?
I'm surprised that Chase Brown is still on the board. Chase Brown was a member of Per Sources last year. He'll be a member of Per Sources again this year. He'll be matched with Jahmyr Gibbs, and that would give me the running back position all locked up. And we're all set there at that point in time. So I feel pretty good about taking those 2 running backs. Chase Brown should not be going at 20. He should be going earlier than 20.
Let's take a look at the first 20 picks, which includes, I guess, the last 10 picks. Second round, Kenneth Walker III, the first pick, a surprise, at least in the eyes of Mike Clay, Devon Achane, Ashton Genty, Justin Jefferson, Drake London. 5 running backs go picks 16 through 20. And through the first 2 rounds, just one drafter has bypassed a running back with each of his or her first 2 picks. That would be Joe Fortenbaugh, who reminded us, just draft elite players early, figure it out later.
Shoot from the hip. Figure it all out.
Often works well for you. Time for round 3. Adam Schefter back on the clock here at number 21.
No running backs in the
Perhaps
first
we'll
2
take his
rounds.
first
Very
non-running back.
bold
And we're going to take a
strategy.
wide
I would
receiver,
not
A.J.
advise.
Brown. I think I said yesterday that he's poised to become to the Patriots what Terrell Owens was to the Eagles when a disgruntled T.O. got traded to Philadelphia. I think A.J. Brown puts up similar numbers. They're at similar stages in their career. And there you go. So, A.J. Brown.
It was a collective sigh after he made that pick.
Yes.
It makes me frustrated when my queue is emptied by Adam, but it also makes me feel good that I at least was on the same page as that guy.
So apparently you had a theme there. Chase Brown, A.J. Brown.
Yep.
Any other Browns that may be potentially draft? Maybe you could take a Cleveland Brown later on in the draft.
Oh.
That would be tempting right there. See what Shefty is doing. Eric Moody back on the clock at number 22.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed because I was looking to take A.J. Brown there, but as I always say, you have to have a contingency plan in these drafts. So I'm going with Malik Neighbors here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like, he's well positioned for a bounce back. Adam, I know you've mentioned a lot of things about him in the offseason. We looking good with Neighbors for week 1?
Well, I think he'll play week 1. I don't think he's going to be out there every down, but I think he's going to play. And I think as the season goes on, he should get better and better, and he's elite.
Yeah, because one thing with Neighbors, he's had a 35% target share in all of his games and averaged 18.2 fantasy points. So I believe I'm in a good spot with him as my wide receiver 1.
Okay, there you have it. Malik Neighbors off the board at number 22. His average draft position has climbed steadily this offseason as he has gotten back healthier, perhaps faster than we all anticipated. Mike Clay, who took Jeremiah Love with his last selection, back on the clock, number 23.
Yes, and I have Jamar Chase, so wide receiver, running back. I'm actually going to go with a second wide receiver here. 10-team league, I think I still can find some running back value next time around, so I'm going Rashee Rice here. Look, he's missed some time due to suspension and injury, but he was still very productive last season, almost 10 targets per game. He was a top 12 scorer in 5 of his 8 outings. He was still very effective, and he's going to be the clear number 1 target in the Kansas City offense that, I don't know if you looked at that depth chart in a while, but they're kind of lacking some clear-cut targets for one of the best passers in the NFL. So give me Rice.
Yeah, on the one hand, when I hear about people saying the Chiefs may have found... Oh, Tyler wants to... What do you got, Tyler?
I was going to say that's Rashee Rice, not Jerry Rice. Okay, they got Kenneth Walker there, so they're going to be running the football more. It's not Jerry Rice that you took. You realize that, right?
Yeah, I realize that, Tyler. Again, I don't know how we can. Okay, he's not even in the room, and we can't cut his audio off.
We cannot cut it off. No.
You have this giant desk to yourself here. There must be a button there.
Look, 3 iPads. I believe one of the iPads allows me to control his audio.
Want to see you do well.
Yes, the internet is too strong up there.
That's right. There we go. Liz, you are up.
Yeah, I did something that I have not done in any mock, and that's take Brock Bowers, who's my number 1 ranked tight end. I like to normally take a running back here, but I'm not really confident in any of these. And maybe it's the Svengali that Joe Fortenbaugh is putting into the air, but I agree that I just have to take the best player available, and in my estimation, that is the focal point of the Raiders offense.
I have no idea what Svengali means, but because Liz said it, I know that it was used in the correct context. Also, what a beautiful projection that was for Brock Bowers. 99 catches for 999 yards.
Is that really the projection? Who does that?
Right there. I think Tyler does it.
As long as I don't finish 9th, that's fine.
7 touchdowns, unfortunately. Brock Bowers, the first tight end off the draft boards at number 24 overall. The other tight end who's in that argument for the best in the NFL, still waiting to hear his name. How much longer until Trey McBride has a home?
ESPN Fantasy Football Draft Command Center is presented by United Airlines, with the fastest, most reliable, high-speed Wi-Fi in the sky.
We have gotten a lot done since yesterday morning. That's right, Monday morning. In that time, 1,932,000 plus teams have been drafted on ESPN Fantasy, the number 1 app, the official app, fantasy app of the NFL. We are now 2.5 rounds into our 10-team PPR mock draft. I am on the clock with pick number 25 back here for break. So far, I've got Derrick Henry and Puka Nacua on my roster. I think I have a real shot of having wide receiver 1 on my roster, an outside shot as having running back 1 on my roster, and a really strong shot of having tight end 1 on my roster. So I take Trey McBride just after Liz Loza took Brock Bowers. I've gone back and forth on these 2 players. Which one deserves to be tight end 1? I'm not sure we need to waste too much energy deciding between those 2. But Bowers, who set the single-season tight end catch record last season, could be in that same territory this year. The clear-cut best pass catcher on an Arizona offense is going to be playing from behind a ton.
Neil, did someone just bring Tyler a cookie in the middle of your pick?
Excuse me.
Yeah,
he did, huh?
My guy Mark delivered me this wonderful, sweet-smelling chocolate chip cookie, and I do have to think the way the board is falling, I'm going to get another sweet treat with my next pick, but still a few more before me. But oh, this is delicious.
Life looks good right now up there, 35,000 miles in the air. I am told, by the way, that Tyler is somewhere around the Ohio and Pennsylvania border in his flights. We're all very jealous. Joe Fortenbaugh on the clock, perhaps a running back at some point.
Pennsylvania.
Wide receiver run continues. Nico Collins, Houston Texans.
Wow.
Even last year, offense having a down season, still finishes top 10 in PPR. I'm looking at some of the running backs that are coming up. I'm not going to reach. I've watched all of you taking running backs. I think you're going to start to diversify. Feels like the tight end run could be coming a little bit. Feels like quarterbacks coming in a little bit. I'll wait on the running backs. I'll stack the wide receivers. Nico Collins is the selection.
Eventually, Joe will draft a running back. Daniel Dopp on the clock.
Yeah. Chris Olave is going to be the pick for me here. Last year, he had career high in receptions, career high in receiving yards, career high in targets, career high in receiving touchdowns.
That's good.
I am in on Tyler Shuck and this offense taking another step forward. Unfortunately, no Jordan Tyson for at least the beginning of the season field. That should give Chris Olave even more of a runway to be the wide receiver 1 of this team. As my wide receiver 2 behind Justin Jefferson, I am pumped for this start.
Really nice sleeper team this year.
The Saints. It's a real life team.
with you.
Yeah. And by the way, we got a little bit of a scare at practice today with Chris Olave. I'm looking at the insiders down there. Sounds like
we're knocked out of him. Okay.
All good. Good news there. But when things happen, Twitter reacts very, very fast. Kiana, you are on the clock at 28.
Yeah, good news there, bad news for me because I was certainly eyeing him there. But it's okay because I do have my 2 running backs. Obviously, I need to go receiver. And with that, you know what? Let's go George Pickens. Why not? We know that CeeDee Lamb is that number 1, but I really like the way these two kind of split those carries or those receptions a little bit last year. I feel like it's another opportunity for Pickens to prove himself as he already has been doing in this offense. So I feel safe there.
Lone player playing on the franchise tag in 2026 is George Pickens. Graz, you are up. And the glasses are on, which means it's getting serious here.
That means my contacts were in for too long and they died, so they had to go. Going running back here,
Oh boy.
I'm going Breece Hall. I think he's going to be good for week 1. I was thinking about him or Kyron Williams, just better offense, but Breece Hall is going to be the pick. I think the upside is there for Breece Hall to have a monster year. I actually kind of think the Jets' offense might be kind of cool.
Oh, wow. Has Mike Clay been injecting your brain?
Adjective to use.
Yeah, I think the offense will be fine. Their defense actually is much better as well, so perhaps we're talking about
could
a
go
sleeper
wrong,
team
right?
here.
It's just the Jets.
It's just the Jets. Exactly. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Adonai Mitchell's getting some good buzz.
Sure.
Like, I don't know. I think the Jets, I don't know. They might be a fun offense.
I'm with you there.
Yeah,
like,
thank you.
Because you look at
They're
Hall.
all laughing at me.
Yeah, I'm like, they shouldn't. Because you look at Hall, I'm like, he's had at least 266 touches in 3 consecutive seasons.
There you go.
And a lot of people forget that back in 2023, he finishes the RB6 in fantasy. So
How many touchdowns is he? What are the highest number of rushing scores he's ever had in his career?
Oh,
not now.
All right, well, I've got to add
we can
this
move
in.
on.
So look at the offensive situation.
It is the Jets.
So you look from 2022 to 2025. He ranks 15th in rushing yards. But what's fascinating is that the Jets, out of all those teams, those 15 teams, have the lowest winning percentage. So he could have a little bit more upside in the touchdown department with Geno here. But the
Make this Rutherford tonight, Field. Come on.
The answer is, with apologies to Jaden Daniels, 5 is a career high of rushing touchdowns in a single season for Breece Hall. 29 picks down. It's now time for the ESPN Fantasy Football Draft Command Center, presented by United Airlines. And somewhere over Ohio or Pennsylvania, we find Tyler Fulgham, who has a cavity coming after that delicious sweet treat. You have your 3rd pick coming as well.
You know, sometimes things just work out in life, guys. I am on a beautiful United jet. I need a wide receiver. Come on in, Mark. Come on in here, Mark. I need some milk with this cookie. I appreciate it.
There you go.
I'll take another one. Yeah, I'll take 2. And like I said,
How good is it? I made it myself.
You made it?
I made it myself.
Oh, Mark.
How you like it?
You got to get out of the aviation business and start a bakery. This is delicious.
What did you pick?
Mark.
You picked him.
Sometimes things work out in life. Synchronicity.
All right.
I need a wide receiver. And we were on this beautiful United jet. And I see Garrett Wilson sitting there of the New York Jets. And I think it would just be perfect to make him my wide receiver 1 right here. So what do you think of
Terry on the board?
Terry? I like. He's on the board. But again, I'm on a United jet, and I want the New York Jet.
All right,
All right, there we go.
Let's do that. There you go.
All right, there it is. Boom. Thank you for the help, Mark. And there it is, Garrett Wilson, lead my wide receiver 1.
That was really good.
Mike, how do we let this happen?
I know. This time I'm booing because I actually wanted Garrett Wilson. So
Garrett Wilson,
I don't want to say anything more because I don't want to say nice things about Tyler. I'll just leave it at that.
18 career touchdowns for Garrett Wilson in his 4 pro seasons. Mike disappointed because Mike, of course, loves Garrett Wilson.
Geno Smith is still on the board for you, Mike.
That's right. He's all yours. Round 3 is in the books. And round 3 was a pass catcher heavy round. It's 9 of the 10 selections for wide receivers or tight ends. Brock Bowers and Trey McBride go 24 and 25. Back-to-back, no surprise, not just in terms of them going back-to-back, but also going around that range, usually somewhere, pick 20 to 25 for those two elite tight ends and getting the gigantic positional advantage. Breece Hall, the lone running back taken in round 3.
Wow.
Mark, who works for United, wanted Tyler Fulgham to take Terry McLaurin. Tyler, for content, took
He's
Garrett
a Commanders
Wilson.
fan.
It's okay, I get it. And Tyler, you're right back on the clock right now. So opportunity has knocked. Your opportunity to potentially make Mark a happy man.
Question for you, though, Mike Clay. Has anybody brought you cookies today?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Many times.
No,
We have all kinds of
that's
delicious
You
snacks
should have
here.
seen the size of the cookies.
It was huge. They were huge.
Yeah.
Right?
All right,
Just
with my
leave it at
4th
that.
round pick,
What kind of question's that?
Yeah, Dana's been great. She
I
brought
do
him in.
want
Yeah.
I do want an elite pass catcher here, but I don't think I need to take a wide receiver. I am going to take a tight end who I think could surpass even Brock Bowers and Trey McBride as the tight end 1, because I don't think I'm going to get the opportunity when I come back 20 picks later. So it is Colston Loveland, Chicago Bears tight end.
Wow.
You know how I feel about this Bears
Colston
offense.
Loveland
Ben
is gonna
Johnson
be
telling the
a
world, I want to set a record for
potential
most points per
league-winning
game,
type of player
and
this year, I
Colston
think.
Loveland might be the the focal point of this offense. So for me, this was easy. Colston Loveland, I could have the tight end 1 in the 4th round.
There you have it, Colston Loveland, who has seen his stock soar so far this preseason. I think all of us love Colston Loveland. We'll see how high he goes in drafts, but the answer seems to be earlier than you might have thought about a month ago.
Couple good picks there. I have to give it to him, but I know he's going to mess it up, so I'm not really worried about it. Well, you know,
Don't let him get too confident
for Tyler. So we're good. We're good.
3 full rounds and 1 pick in. Lots of lads taken, but McConkey still on the board. The Chargers receiver looking to make a year 3 leap under Mike McDaniel. Nearly 2 million people have drafted a team since yesterday morning. 1.957 million to be more precise. Let's get to that 2 million soon as we are cruising along here in our 10-team PPR mock draft. Top of the 4th round. We've got 31 picks in the books. And we've got cookies, baby. Let's go, Mike Clay.
All right, look how big those cookies are.
Really nicely done, Mike.
Do it.
Mike's cookies are bigger than Tyler's cookies.
Yeah.
Go for it, Bob. Was not kidding. Look at this thing.
Oh, sorry.
Look at this thing.
Oh, wait.
This thing is.
I don't want to take a
You don't want it? Anyone want a cookie?
The question is, will someone like
size
Field
is.
actually eat it? Because
that.
he'll sit there and pretend like he's one of us, but we
Yeah.
know he's watching that dive.
This thing is huge.
Oh,
There we go. Yeah, baby. Very nice, Field.
fully Field into eating a cookie?
Oh, good.
Also, I'm not sure a father of 3 young children can watch their diet. Don't you just have to eat everything that's left over? That's how it works.
I eat a lot of chicken nuggets.
Dinosaur.
Dino Nuggies.
Dino nuggets.
The problem is we have to have
remember
one
those.
child that likes dino nuggets,
Yeah.
one that likes circular nuggets only.
Oh.
Not too much ketchup or else there's a problem.
It's tough.
Part of the chewing, Graz, you're up.
Yeah. I don't know where to put this.
By the way,
Eat it in your mouth.
Thank you. Yeah,
they're amazing.
Really good. I can't stop now.
I like when you can take like a guy who's really like one of your favorite players in the league. Devontae Smith is one of my favorite players to watch in the
Slim
whole
Reaper.
league. And you know, he'll be the number 1 in Philly right now. I know there's questions about the offense, new coordinator, offensive line, where he's going to get a ton of opportunity. And if this were a real team, I'd be fired up to root for him. But I'll pretend I am because it's a pretend draft. Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
is my pick.
Don't spoil the
Very excited about that.
Are we not
reality.
playing?
folks.
We should play the league. I think we should
I'm
play
down.
this league
I am
out.
in.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith is the pick for Graz. And
With AJ Brown gone, I do like this pick.
Squad
I
shaping
didn't
up
agree
now.
to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like I'm pretty stacked a little bit at the skill position. I still need to work on some other areas, but you know what? I feel like the experts would know better than anybody, you know, jumping ahead to get somebody you really like. But I go back to last year, Emeka Egbuka. He really had a strong year. And now with Mike Evans in San Francisco, I feel like he has an opportunity to really continue to flourish in this offense. So give me the Bucks wide receiver 1.
There you go, Emeka Egbuka, who had 4 games. With
Most of these
20+
stats, too, for
fantasy points
Emeka are
last year,
from the
but
first
4
half of the
times as
season. I
many
think he
as
only
any other
scored
rookie wide receiver in
1 or 0 maybe touchdowns
That brings us
after
to
the
Daniel
Patriots
Dopp,
game, like
America's
week 10.
favorite Lions fan. That's true.
If you remember,
No,
he
it's
scored
not.
2 in
It's
week
Keegan
1 against
Levy.
Atlanta.
tries to hold that over me for some reason.
I feel like
So I think there's a lot of room for growth, and obviously
Okay.
Evans is gone.
Yes. We have the same bookie, Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh, I think
Tim Robinson, you have some competition.
Tim Robinson, yeah, there's a handful of good Lions fans out there.
Eminem.
Yes, that's fair. All right.
Distinguished
Mike
group
White,
you've got.
Mike White.
Honestly, yeah, there's a lot here.
You're
Guys,
like
listen, all right, let's.
900th, most
Okay,
popular
thanks,
Lions fan,
Mike. I
would
appreciate
say.
that.
1,000 maybe.
Jeff Daniels.
For guys, I'm just trying to make a pick. So here in
I actually have a neighbor who loves the Lions
I'm
as
gonna
well.
swear, Phil, I'm gonna
Rob
come
is
over
a
the
great
table.
guy.
Great
yeah.
dude.
Oh. I have 2 wide receivers and a running back already, and I love me some Lad McConkey. Fields, you mentioned it coming out of the break. He's in a great spot, I think, to smash this year. He got Keenan Allen last year. He was wide receiver 13 as a rookie. The dude was unbelievable. 4-3 wheels, and you know what Mike McDaniel can do with wide receivers in his offense. I am all in on him being, I think, not only the wide receiver 1 of this team, but he's the wide receiver 3 of my fantasy squad. Are you kidding me? He's my wide receiver 3?
I want to peel the curtain back here for a second. I am picking behind Joe in the even round, so I've really noticed this in those second and fourth rounds. You are picking lightning fast, my friend. You are not deliberating whatsoever. I am already on the clock, and your pick hasn't been revealed. When you have someone that you love, you make that selection, it appears.
One of the great pet peeves in the world. You sit there doing a draft, too much jerking around.
Why'd you point at me when you say that?
Pointing towards the door.
Oh, okay.
Just forget the around. Forget the around.
Both fingers.
Too much of that, and then you sit there and you look, and it's like, well, wait a minute, was this guy taken? Wait a minute. Wait. No, be efficient. Move on with the pick. You're sitting here, you're understanding what's going on. Last time, pick 3, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. I was gambling. I looked at the rest of the rosters, figured not many people wanted to take a running back the rest of the way. 8 picks after me, 1 running back in the next 8. That leaves Javonte Williams from the Cowboys.
Took you long enough to say that.
Over
God, we've been
1,300.
waiting here.
We're going to use up some air now. Now we're going to get the
most
microphone.
efficient answer that we've heard from.
No, not at all. I know the producers want you to give the name first and then the analysis. Yes. I figure here we're going to do a little curveball. We're going to keep everybody on ice.
Yeah.
But over 1,300 yards last year, you finally give the guy 250-plus touches. What do you get? Double-digit touchdowns. You get over 1,300 yards. So in that Cowboy offense, there's going to be a lot of opportunity to score. Javonte Williams is the selection.
There he is. Javonte Williams broke out last year, got a new contract from Dallas as a result of it. I am up in round 4, pick 36. And I'm taking a running back as well. It's Josh Jacobs, the Green Bay Packers running back, who I now have him and Puka Nacua, which could mean that week 1 could be a very difficult week. As I think, Adam Schefter, that you mentioned on your podcast, the great Adam Schefter podcast, that perhaps Josh Jacobs could be subject to some discipline as well early in the season.
It could go into the season. It could not even happen at all. Again, there are people around him who don't believe he's worthy of that. It's a question what the league decides. It's hanging out there. There is no clarity just yet, but it is a unresolved situation that everybody is waiting to hear the answer on.
I'm not guaranteeing there's clarity by this date, but the NFL in prior years has certainly worked hard to determine discipline by the 53-man roster cutdown. That's this Sunday, so we'll see whether we have any information on guys like Puka Nacua and Josh Jacobs. But Josh Jacobs, last year, prior to getting hurt, was awesome. 20-plus fantasy points per game. He was amongst the busiest running backs in all of the NFL and one of the premier touchdown scorers in the league. Liz?
I went ahead and selected Travis Etienne.
Yep.
Bit of a homecoming for him. Going to New Orleans, but coming off of a resurgent effort in Jacksonville, career high 13 total touchdowns. I love this opportunity, and as Adam reported earlier, Alvin Kamara dealing with a knee issue, which could benefit Etienne in terms of volume to start the season.
That's correct.
Travis Etienne got a nice contract this offseason from New Orleans. Mike is up in just a moment, but before you pick Mike, we have yet another message.
Yes, hello, Clayhausen. It is I, Dan Hausen here, very nice, very evil, and I'm here to uncurse your fantasy draft, and I'm here to curse Tyler Fulgham's teams, his fantasy, cursed. The Mizzy's fantasy draft teams, double cursed, and at no extra charge of human monies. That's on the house. So, everyone else will suffer except for Clayhausen, So just enjoy it, and good luck to all of you, except for the amazing Tyler. Okay, see ya.
Hi, The Miz. You're cursed. Let me explain something to all the Danhausen lovers out there. There is no curse. There never will be a curse. Curses are for people who need good luck. I don't need luck because I am that good at fantasy football.
That is amazing. What happened to you?
What is happening?
Yeah, the curse is on now, The Miz. We're ready for you, and I don't really need a curse. While you're throwing guys through tables, I'm working the depth charts and the projections and get ready to crush you in fantasy football. And to prove to you that I'm serious, I'm going to offer something no one really knows is about to go down right now. I'm going to offer you a spot in the FFC Fantasy Football Countdown Fantasy League for the 2026 season. If you want to talk a big game, come join us on Sundays, and we'll see how you do in the crowd.
Wow, The Miz. The offer has been extended from Mike Clay, who has...
We'll see if he shows up.
A testament to the great Danhausen, a jar of teeth.
That's right.
It's his customary gift for his visitors. Yes. You, Michael Cole, amongst the recipients of that jar of teeth. Joe Tessitore as well.
I have to fight him in the fantasy football streets because, like, I can barely hold this thing. It's so heavy. Like, this belt is so heavy. I'm not actually going to fight The Miz. But you know what I am going to do, though, is I'm on the clock. So how about I put my money where my mouth is here, and I draft a player from The Miz's favorite football team, Quinshon Judkins, Cleveland Browns. Joining the squad, huge carry share. He's a capable pass catcher as well. So give me Judkins, one of the youngest running backs in the NFL.
Oh, man. Tyler's look can say a million things right now.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
You're cursed.
Yeah,
we don't want to hear from you.
I was going to say, thanks, Danhausen. I was going to say I want my fellow St. Louisan, Randy Orton, to come there to the studio and RKO you through the table because you look like a complete moron right now with that belt and those shades. But the Quinshon Judkins pick done did it for you. That was idiotic. You are down for the count. 1, 2, 3. Drafting a Browns running back in the 4th round? Yikes.
Hey, get back to your cookies and milk. We don't need to hear from you, Tyler.
And Tyler, by the way, is flying literally above Lake Erie as we speak, and he is still throwing down the smack talk. Eric Moody on the clock.
Yeah, and there are people on social media who think that I'm not really on a plane in the air. So I'm about to send them a video that proves I am really in a plane, really drafting way high above your heads. So for all those doubters out there, check out my social media.
I appreciate that because it is important
Tyler,
to respond to the comments.
Yes, that is important.
I'm trying to draft a fantasy football team here, and Tyler's having like a sugar rush, 37,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, great social media plug right there. Hey, follow me, Twitter, Instagram. Are you a TikToker or no? Do you have a LinkedIn?
Yeah.
All of
Shameless.
those.
Yeah. Notice he's not studying up on fantasy football players, right? Just rounding around up there. Yeah, typical. Right.
Moody on the clock, pick 39.
Wow. Tyler's having a sugar rush. I'm glad, Mike, you went with Judkins there. I almost feel like the Denzel Washington gif where he's like,
my man.
So I'm going with Tedarora McMillan.
Ooh.
So very happy to have him as my wide receiver 2 on this squad. And you look at last year, I'm like, he ranked in the top 15 at the wide receiver position, things like snaps, routes, targets, end zone targets, receiving yards, touchdown. He's a stud. I'm like, he's well positioned to have a year 2 breakout. So happy
he's
to
a
have
stud.
him
He's in year 2, and if you think
hopefully,
that Bryce
Tyler
Young's going to be
Sugar
even
Rush
better,
can, wind
or maybe
down.
have his best season,
The offensive rookie of the year,
T-Mac might be
that gets us to the
he
final
might be
pick
going
of round
way
4.
lower
It's
than he
Adam
should.
Schefter, one of 2 picks, but we'll recap the 4th round after this selection.
I've never seen a draft where the first quarterback that goes is at pick 40. That's unheard of. And so I will start the quarterback parade, and I will take the former NFL MVP, Josh Allen, and we will lock him in with Jahmyr Gibbs and Chase Brown and A.J. Brown, and we'll take a couple of Browns and make it with a Bill, who plays like a Brown. Better then. Should have been a Brown.
True.
Josh Allen in my lineup as my QB1.
Nice balance. A lot of nice balance there.
Yeah. Thank you. You know what? Your pick has already been made for pick number 41, Shefty. So rather than us recapping the 4th round, just talk us through pick 41, which is not a Brown, but he plays in the same division as the Browns. I'm working for a stretch here.
And earlier this offseason, the Baltimore Ravens invested nearly $35 million a year in Zay Flowers. Follow the money. When a team is spending that much money on a player and they have a new offensive coordinator, I'm happy to follow that money and the new offensive coordinator, Zay Flowers, at 41.
There you go. Pick number 41 by Adam Schefter. I believe we're going to recap the 4th round real quick here. You know what? Let's just keep it rolling. Pick 42 is Eric Moody back on the clock. Tedarora McMillan. You love it?
Yes, I want Eric Moody. Eric, follow the money and draft Alec Pierce here in the 5th round.
Well, you know, Dob, that's not going to happen.
You thought about it?
So no, not really. I did not. I've already had my mind made up here. So Team Moody is going with Tyler Warren.
Ooh.
Oh, come on, man.
Gotta be kidding me.
I just want to let you guys know I did tell him that was my next pick.
Yeah.
I feel wrong.
You're giving away trading secrets right now.
I did.
But it's hard to pass him up here. I'm like, you look at last year. I'm like, he finished third at the tight end position in targets. Daniel Jones under center. He averaged 13.1 fantasy points per game. So I feel good about this. I've got weekly advantages of Bijan Robinson, Barkley, Neighbors, T-Mac. I'm excited about Tyler Warren there.
I'm not excited.
Oh, sorry.
Be your own friend.
I'm sorry.
A good run being friends. It lasted, an hour and 5 minutes into this show.
Yeah.
Nice.
Moody making enemies. Mike Clay's making the next pick. And there is still a jar of Danhausen teeth right in front of him.
Yeah, there is.
Where do you keep those?
What?
Where do you keep those?
I keep those on right next to the bed, of course. Where else would you put them?
No.
You know what, Mike?
Where else would you put them?
Normal.
What a silly question. You're cursed. I can't curse, but if I could curse, you would be cursed. I'm going to take Cam Scattaboo here. I'm not thrilled about not getting Tyler Warren. I thought we were friends, Eric Moody, but that one stings a lot. That's my premium target in the 5th round. But give me Scattaboo, over 19 fantasy points per game when he was a starter last year.
Scattaboo and Tyler Warren, I think, are two of the best value picks. You may see those in my best value picks in each round video.
Being Graziano, it's the Giants' offense, which is much better as well. So I think Scattaboo's in a good spot.
You know what caught my attention today? I actually learned this from Adam Schefter. That Najee Harris was taking some reps with the first team offense today already.
Well, hey, Mike, hopefully we can still be friends after this. I must admit, like last night, I stayed up. I read like the playbook part 1, the playbook part 2. I knew T-Mac was on the board, and if I didn't make a move, I was not going to get him.
Smart.
Yeah.
So, smart.
Took
hopefully
a couple
we can
guys
rebuild
that
our friendship,
Yeah. The Warren one hurts.
Rebuild a friendship through pandering. It's a good call.
Yeah.
It's an effective strategy.
It's not great so far. I need time.
Liz Loza.
I want to know, Tyler, I guess Tyler, do you get a companion pass?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question.
It's a great question. I'll ask my friends at United because we are best friends now. And I tell you what, Liz, it would certainly go to you and not the gentleman sitting next to you if I brought a companion.
Tyler's not allowed.
What did I ever do to you, Tyler? Jeez.
I was just going to maybe make Mark very happy and draft Terry McLaurin if I could get a companion pass.
Mark.
But, yeah. I'll let you ask him because I'm actually going to take Kyron Williams. Oh, sorry.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never mind. I got duped.
Now you're definitely not.
Tyler_Fulgham, by the way, on Twitter. The video is live. I've seen that. Not only is Tyler able to draft while flying, he's also got strong enough Wi-Fi, thanks to United and Starlink, to post videos on social media. Kyron Williams goes pick number 40. But you also like Blake Corum a lot. We'll talk about that more later if he does, in fact, come off the board. Shefty made the first quarterback pick. It was Josh Allen. Could a run be upon us? Is Jalen Hurts still amongst the elite fantasy options at that signal caller position? We shall see for that new-look Philly offense. 1.99, or just about million teams have been drafted since Monday morning. That was just yesterday, and we were having a great time here. Let's get to 2 million drafted teams by the time that we conclude this mock draft. We are nearly halfway through the 5th round of our draft. Great times had so far. We've got someone drafting from literally in an airplane right now. I am on the clock at pick number 45. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Puka Nacua, Trey McBride. Tempting to take Devontae Adams to have all of the Rams wide receiver touchdowns, most likely for the upcoming season. I'm going to take Terry McLaurin. I'm sorry to do that to Mark, who's working on the airplane with Tyler Fulgham right now, but McLaurin back this season, fully healthy, no contract drama. Keep in mind that 2 years ago he had 14 receiving touchdowns en route to a second-team All-Pro year. I expect a bounce-back year from Jaden Daniels. Stephon Diggs will take away some work from Terry McLaurin, but he should see a target share that approaches 27 to 30%. Joe Fortenbaugh, you're up.
DeAndre Swift, Chicago
Mark,
Bears.
by the way, Field, he'll be thrilled with you.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to curry some favor.
DeAndre Swift from the Bears.
Yes.
Not a sexy pick, not the one that's going to win you your league. Consistency across the board is what we're looking for. First year in Ben Johnson's system, 1,400 yards, double-digit touchdowns, another opportunity to carry the workload. It's proven to be healthy over the years, helping to round out the running back room. for Team Fortinball.
Our Bears reporter, Courtney Cronin, was recently speaking on the radio and said the most consistent player throughout Bears training camp has been DeAndre Swift. So perhaps a player that's been a bit overlooked for fantasy purposes. Joe Fortinbaugh does not believe so. Daniel Dopp, you are up. Former Lion DeAndre Swift, I should note.
That's right.
Just slides past you.
I can't take him, but I could take another former Lion if I wanted, and a guy named David Montgomery here, my friends. I'm going to go here as well. My friend Gary the Bear really loves this. Former Bear. Gary, obviously a new Bears fan from Gary, Indiana. Sure.
Wow.
Every time, Daniel, every time.
I think it's Hammond, right?
I do believe, yeah, but Gary is from Gary, Indiana.
Gary's from Gary.
Obviously, yes.
Hammond would be a good Bear name.
Hammond wouldn't be a bad Bear name as well.
Jeff and I went to Gary, Indiana together one time.
Yep, that's correct, for a fantasy convention.
I did, yeah.
Look at that.
No
Did
joke.
you draft David Montgomery while you were there
No,
by
we
any
did
chance?
not. Nope.
Well, all right, you can't win them all. David Montgomery in a great spot here because I think he's going to be the #1 running back in this Texans offense. Honestly, with the way that this team is set up, I would love to just see them run the ball a ton and play really good defense. So David Montgomery, even though I know they've got Woody Marks there,
we can count on that second part.
that
Play
second
really good
part
defense.
we can definitely
right?
do.
Yeah, that will definitely
I'm worried
be
about the
happening.
passing game. I'm more out on the passing game than anything else. So David Montgomery as my RB2 because I didn't have anyone yet, getting him here in the 5th round.
How about this best available board right now, though? We're talking David Montgomery right now. DeAndre Swift just went. We have Bucky Irving, a couple other. Then we get to Bashal too and Jadarian Price. But look at the wide receivers right
it's
now. I mean,
ridiculous.
Devontae Adams, Waddle, Odunze, Jamison Williams, DJ Moore. I mean,
Really good options. Your guy Luther Burden.
Not my guy Luther Burden. I'm sure Tyler will mess it up and take him later. I know that's coming, but it just shows you the value of getting running backs early because the depth at wide receiver is unreal.
Keanu Martin, pick number 48, with an opportunity to snag a wide receiver.
Mike Clay, you make a fantastic point. And because
thank
of
you.
that point, I'm going to go that route. You named some fantastic receivers, but there was one that you failed to name. And with that, I'm going to go with T. Higgins. And I like him here because he remains an elite secondary receiver. I enjoy his connection that he has with his quarterback over there. So with that, I think this is a good pick here at 48. It's crazy that years ago he was in the top, 3-4 rounds, and now you're able to just nab him here. So I'm content here in round 5.
Let's take a look at Team Martin, her first time doing a mock draft, halfway through, or I should say close to halfway through. Here are the picks that we have from you so far, Kiana. You can give us the state of the state, and we can talk through this roster. Christian McCaffrey, Ashton Genty, George Pickens, Emeka Ibuka, and T. Higgins. How are you feeling about it so far?
I feel pretty good. I feel like we've got some superstars on this roster. It feels like a Pro Bowl roster, if you ask me.
There you go. Yeah.
We'll see how
so
things
as
go.
well. It seems like the player that could sort of, the two players that will determine the fate of this team are the first two picks.
It's going to be health.
Christian McCaffrey
Yeah.
and health of Ashton Genty, although doesn't sound like much to be concerned about with Ashton Genty at the beginning of the season. Maybe a little bit of time missed, but not significant time missed. Man, Christian McCaffrey is just kind of the pivot player of all the fantasy this year. Right? If he's healthy, if he plays 17 games,
Yeah.
I think he's going to be the best player in fantasy
We've
football.
talked about this. He's probably not finishing like RB10. He'll probably finish RB1 or
31.
RB62 or something if he misses a lot of games. It's just one or the
No in
other. with
between.
him.
Yep. McCaffrey, a swing player to say the least. Dan Graziano, the bespectacled one.
I'm a little concerned because after my first 2 picks, I got a text from my buddy Kyle Soppe, and he was telling me I was crushing it. I haven't heard from him after the last couple, so I got to get this draft back on track. Bucky Irving. Last year I had Bucky Irving like I was trumpeting. Bucky, you're good if Bucky's your RB1. I was wrong. That was incorrect.
Bucky's
I put my
good.
money
He
where
just
my
missed a
mouth
lot of
was last year,
games
took him early in a
and
lot of
new
drafts.
OC in Tampa,
He burned me in a
so
lot of drafts. But I think at pick
you would think he's
49,
going to have
I
a
think there's good
much
value there,
better
Bucky
season.
Irving. I
Great
understand the
value.
concerns, Kenneth Gainwell, the health, but I feel like Tampa Bay's not going to have the same kind of health issues. Did
he text you?
No, you did. But I appreciate it. It means a lot to me.
I want to teach you a very important lesson, though, in fantasy football analysis, Chris. Should Bucky Irving bounce back,
Yeah.
you're getting great value, pick number 49 right here. Just tell your audience.
Yeah.
Never wrong, only early.
Only early.
Right.
Right? And we're just a year too early on
Another
Bucky
old
Irving being the player that
I'm
you
the
hope
king of
for him
early.
to be. It's now time for the ESPN Fantasy Football Draft Command Center presented by United Airlines. That is where we find Tyler Fulgham. And Tyler, before you make your pick, I need a little bit of help here. Listen, I've got 3 children aged 4 and under, including a not even 2-month-old. I can spot spilled milk from 35,000 feet
I've been
away.
asking about this.
Look to your right, Tyler.
Oh, you got it. You got something.
No, look to your right.
He
I
knows
do
what I'm
not.
talking
Not at the
about.
camera.
No,
to your
I
right.
do. There's milk here. I'm not like this is. This right here was full, and I'm not joking. I did spill the milk that my friend Mark gave me, but you know what? I'm not going to cry over the spilled milk. What I'm going to do is bring my buddy Mark in here, actually, and I'm going to have Mark not help me with the milk. I'm going to have him help me with this draft pick. Now, Terry McLaurin is gone,
Yes.
but his quarterback is not.
Oh.
I want you to put in for me Jaden Daniels.
Let's do it. Can I have the pleasure of doing that,
hit
please?
Jaden. Let me
Here go the
pull it up right
quarterbacks.
here.
Let's go,
JD right there. Hit the draft button.
Bingo.
Boom.
Let's go,
Jaden
JD.
Daniels, my guy Mark, helping me out. What are the stats going to be for JD this year?
MVP numbers.
MVP numbers, he says. MVP numbers, and I'm all about it. I wanted a running back who can not only dominate through the air, hello Steph Diggs, and a healthy Scary Terry. We know what JD can do with his legs, so me and Mark dominating the draft from the sky. Thank you, brother.
To the Commanders.
By the way, Tyler is showing a major sign of respect there. As
Washington is one of those teams where I don't know how good they're going to be, but obviously McLaurin's fantasy value is tied to how good Jaden Daniels is, obviously his own fantasy value. Diggs, we'll see what he is year 2 coming off a torn ACL. You would think it'd be better than last year, even though he had 1,000 yards with the Patriots.
Before we go, do you want to do a little recap before we go back to Tyler? Let's do that. Let's take a look at round number 5. We're all over the board here.
But I think in that division, the Giants are getting better, and Dallas and Philly have been the standard, except for Jaden Daniels' rookie year.
In round 5, or perhaps a value that you felt strongly about?
Value, I love Tyler Warren. I've talked about that. Jaden Daniels in the 5th round of a 10-team league is too early as far as I'm concerned, but not surprised coming from Tyler. I mean, that's just what you expect. I mean, his draft has really been so bad. I just got a push alert here from Adam that says Allen Robinson actually decided to retire a second time just because it's been so bad. That's a callback you might remember to.
Second round Robinson, yes.
Yeah. So, it's been a rough go. But I would say that's the one that's the reach so far.
Okay, Jaden Daniels a reach. Well, the person who gets to tell Mike that he's wrong about that analysis is Tyler Fulgham. Right back to you for the first pick of the 6th round.
Yeah. Listen, I understand what Mike is saying there, but I would have no opportunity to get JD coming back in the rounds after this, so I had to reach a little bit to get the guy I wanted. This is not a reach, my next pick. You're right. Wide receiver is rich right here. There are tremendous options. There's my guy, Devontae Adams. There's my guy, Luther Burden. There's my guy, J-Mo. But I'm going with Jalen Waddle, the Broncos' new wide receiver 1. He is going to do in a Sean Payton offense what he could have done in a Mike McDaniel offense without Tyreek Hill and a capable quarterback, because Tua wasn't that last year. But Jalen Waddle this year I think is going to absolutely ball out. He's my wide receiver 2, and those projections from Mike Clay right there I think are absolutely light. This guy, as long as he stays healthy, should go over 1,000 yards, should catch well more than 77 passes. I think he's a great complement to Garrett Wilson as my wide receiver 2 on this dominant team.
Hold on. There must have been something.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's good.
That was in the first half, not gonna lie.
Yes, there we go.
He was feeling good about himself for a second.
No, Mike, you totally had us all, audience included, gripped and captivated. We knew there was something funky in Mike's milk that he was drinking apparently there for a second. All right, Tyler's made 6 picks. The rest of us have made 5. We have still much more action ahead of us, and only 2 quarterbacks taken. Lamar Jackson beat the 3rd off the board. He's got a new offensive coordinator. He feels rejuvenated, and a bounce-back MVP season be in the offing. Look at that. That's right. Wait for it.
Oh, yeah.
Over 2 million teams drafted since yesterday morning. Daniel Dopp is only responsible for 65,000 of them. He has been a busy man as the ESPN Fantasy
Mark
Football.
on United Airlines?
That includes Mark on United Airlines, yes. We are rolling along here. And speaking of, Tyler Fulgham, proving to the haters, no, this is not a fake bit. He is not on a tarmac somewhere. 35,000 miles above ground level. 35,000 feet. Miles would not be accurate. That would be like Pluto or something.
He's on SpaceX.
He's on SpaceX.
I only hope he's that far away.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that Wi-Fi.
Oh, Mike, so mean.
Oh, man. Tyler, hope you're having a good time up there, eating lots of cookies, drinking lots of milk.
Oh.
You seem like you're very
Having the best
cozy
time
and
and
comfy.
love, proving. No. Yeah, love proving the haters wrong, like Mike Clay with my draft and those who think this was a bit. I get it. We live in, skeptical times, so people would think it's impossible to do a fantasy draft live from a plane. That can't be. Well, yes, it can. Hop on a United flight with your Mileage Plus member account, and you get free Starlink Wi-Fi, which allows you to do exactly what I'm doing right now.
If there was any debate about whether ESPN sent the right person on this flight, as Dan Graziano just said, that debate should come to an end. Tyler doing a great job up there in the air. Graz, back on the clock at 52.
He did take my pick, though, which annoys me. I was going to take Jalen Waddle here, so I'll have to get my revenge either in the 7th round or next year when he's drafting from a submarine. I'm going to take a wide receiver here. There are so many options at wide receiver. I mean, you could go like the reliable old guy, Devontae Adams. I'm taking Jameson Williams. I'm excited about Jameson Williams. I want a piece of this Lions offense. I think this is a player that is just only improving and can win you a week with a couple of big plays. We're into this. This is my 3rd wide receiver now, so almost starting to fill out the bench or a flex spot. I love the upside he represents.
Okay. Jameson Williams, who actually finished strong down the stretch last year after the Lions bye. He had 12 or more fantasy points in 8 of the team's final 10 games. Deanna Martin, pick 53 is all yours.
We've been talking just not too long ago about what my roster looks like so far, and I feel like we've filled out most of the positions, but one position that was empty is the tight end position. And I know that it might not be the strongest in this year's draft class, but I want to look at Harold Fanning Jr. Because he did have a major receiving role last year for Cleveland, 107 targets. He did have 6 touchdowns. He led Cleveland in both receptions and receiving yards. I know it might be some big question marks about the quarterback position, but I was impressed with what he was able to do, and I think he builds on that. He was tight end 6 last year, so I think it shows a little bit about his production.
2 Browns taken in the first 53 selections, which brings us to Daniel Dopp.
Field Yates, the price is right. Here we are.
You've been milking that one.
Round 6, I sure have. Except I'm not spilling it like Tyler is. Here's the thing about it. Jadarian Price, I love him as my RB2 this year. I was able to get him as my RB3. He's in a situation in Seattle. Zach Charbonnet, still in the PUP list. We'll see when he comes back. George Halani, not really interested in what the backfield is going to be with him. Zach Charbonnet had 12 touchdowns last year. Ken Walker, the third who's not there, had 5. That's 17 touchdowns. They were the run-heaviest team in the NFL last year. They drafted this kid in the first round. I think they know the way to win football games is to not have Sam Darnold throw the ball 50 times. They're going to run the ball a bunch, and I think this kid is going to be a part of it as my RB3. I love the squad that I've got. James Cook, David Montgomery, Jadarian Price, with Justin Jefferson, Chris Olave, and Ladd McConkey.
You seem like you're about to chime in there, Shefty? No?
No, I think Zach Charbonnet, I won't be surprised if he starts the season on PUP. Misses the first 4 games. And I think he's had a schedule, but I think he misses the first 4 games.
Joe Fortenbaugh.
I was going to say, if it's only 4 games.
Well, you're talking about him missing the first 4 games, but then he's still got to get back into his playing shape.
That's fair, but
it takes a little bit of time.
Are you going to have Price come fantasy playoff time, or can you start him in week 7, week 8 by that point? That's my concern with Jadarian Price, especially at this point. There's still so many good wide receivers. I just do not want to be drafting running backs at this point in the draft. There's just so many good wide receivers.
I just don't need any of them, Mike. I guess my wide receivers are already so good. Maybe you should have drafted better
Always need good players, Daniel.
Yes.
Seattle
That's exactly right.
2 running backs.
It feels gross.
Significant effect last year.
And they're not there anymore, so I feel like
Seattle's shown they can get production out of 2 guys.
Thank you, Dan.
That position.
I knew I could trust you.
As usual, Joe Fortenbaugh wastes no time to make his pick at number 55.
Bit of a different strategy than Doc. I like to draft guys that play.
Wow.
Out on the field. Wow. I want them putting up points. I want them contributing.
Joe.
It's a different strategy. You took your strategy, I take
No,
mine.
I heard you say it the first time.
We're going to bring Lamar Jackson into play here. I need to make up some ground with the legs because I waited on the running backs.
He never misses
Bring in a
games.
quarterback who can run. We like to gamble. We're in a contract year here. So ultimately, new coach. I love the dynamic of with Harbaugh moving on, scapegoat's gone, right? Like we could sit there and we could always look, well, maybe it was Harbaugh, maybe it was Lamar. He's gone, now you got to step up. I like it as a big year. I'll take the risk on the injury there.
Pick number
We're going Lamar Jackson.
5. Lamar Jackson, our 3rd quarterback taken. All but 2 NFL teams have had at least 1 player selected in this here mock draft. If you can name those 2 teams, you get the rest of this cookie.
Titans.
Okay, that's 1.
And
Cardinals.
No, Jeremiah Love. Jeremy
Dang it.
Bride.
Just give me like
on
10
that
more
one
minutes.
while I talk. I'm going to go and I'm going to take Devontae Adams, who led the NFL in receiving touchdowns last year. Surprised he lasted this long. So as my flex, I now have both Rams wide receivers. No player's a better bet for 40-plus passing touchdowns in the NFL than Matthew Stafford. And if he throws 40-plus, I figure at least 55, 60% of them are going to those two wide receivers.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Nailed it.
Good one.
Cookie
Really nice.
for you. Yeah.
Thank
Wow.
you.
You're welcome. Yeah. We are all the way up to pick number 57, Liz Loza.
I selected DJ Moore. I really appreciate your pick of Devontae Adams. And while I did not talk him up yesterday, I believed he would regress. The value here, just for context, I think is fantastic. So
Thank you.
He was in my queue, but I ended up going with former Bear DJ Moore. It's not a flashy pick. It's more of a high floor pick. I think given the draft capital and money invested by the Buffalo Bills in Moore, there is going to be an opportunity to be Josh Allen's #1 target. And that is a fantastic thing, both in real life and fantasy.
Gary the Bear, any thoughts on the former Bear?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah,
He
I
just
totally
is
agree.
really
I mean,
excited
Josh
that
Allen
he
needs
play
this
in
kind of help.
Indiana now and can't
They
wait
never
to
really
roll
gave him
football game.
real receivers. I mean, Keon Coleman was a healthy
Michael,
scratch and
let's stick
stuff
with
last
that.
year.
Roma
He did have
Dunze.
Diggs for 4
Why
years,
not?
but
Go
for the most
Bears.
part,
Yes. Take the clear,
finally
hear
got
this out,
somebody.
The clear #1 receiver for the Chicago Bears. Roma Dunze came out firing last season. It kind of fell off from there. He wasn't fully healthy, but I think he's going to cement himself this year. Remember, this is an early first-round pick a couple years ago. Going into year 3, we've seen his upside. He's very busy near the goal line as well. We like touchdowns, so give me Roma Dunze here in the 6th
I
round.
hear the third year is a breakout year
You
for
had
wide
the
receivers.
chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tyler.
You had the chance to do the right thing and take the Bears wide receiver 1. We all know it's Luther Burden.
Here
The
we
only
go.
thing I can say is while I'm sailing smoothly up here in the skies thanks to United, you're having the most turbulent draft I've ever seen, Mike Clay.
Yeah,
That was no
Luther
good.
Burden had 4 games with 10 points last year, and 3 of them Roma Dunze wasn't playing those weeks. He needed him out of his way just to have a couple of good games. So
Burden's
not worried.
still on the board,
Not
though.
worried
He
about
is
him.
still on the board amongst the highest-ranked players still available for Eric Moody. Not many curveballs so far in this year's mock draft. Just atypical for this group.
Well, I will tell you, Field, so Luther Burden is no longer available. He is now
Okay.
on Team Moody.
All right.
I'm going to go and hit the button. It's funny,
Well done, Eric.
yeah, I was like, wow, I actually agree with Tyler because he was talking up Luther Burden.
So
I
you
was
weren't
like,
even surprised. That's my point. Like, that's kind of my point.
I know. I was like, I'm shocked. I was like, I have to admit it on live TV. I'm like, I'm agreeing with Tyler Fulton. But yeah, I'm really bullish on Luther Burden. With the routes that he ran last year, he was very productive. So he should see an increase, and his role should be bigger this year. And we know the Bears' offense is a high-octane offense. So I'm excited to have him on this team build as my flex or wide receiver 3. Let's go.
Final pick of round 6 goes to Adam Schefter, who might make 2 in a row here if you want.
Yeah, we're going to go with the, before Field, in rounds 2 and 3, I had a theme, and it was Browns.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I have another theme here at pick 59 and 60. Is that what it is? 59 or 60 and 61?
Yep.
Pick 60 and 61. At 60, we're going to go with one of the buzziest fantasy players out there right now, Parker
Love this.
Washington.
Yep.
At 60. And I'm going to turn around and give you 61 right now. I don't know if we're going to commercial. We're going to stick with the Jaguars and go Bashal Tootin.
Whoa.
Nice.
Wow.
Love that, too.
Facial Tootin right there. All right.
A fun
so
offense.
Back to
Very
back,
fun
yeah.
offense.
Parker Washington, he who is back or will be back soon practicing for the Jaguars, right, Shefty, if I saw that correctly?
Back already.
Due for a contract, by the way, is Parker Washington. Wouldn't be a surprise if he gets a deal done. This Jaguars team is really interesting. I think they have a ton of skill players, Daniel, but I think the hard question is, who do you want the most out of these pass catchers? Shefty is telling us he wants Parker Washington. Yep. Is there enough evidence for you to be prioritizing him as well?
I would take him right now, and it depends on the build of your squad. If I wanted more upside, because I already have a really nice floor, Brian Thomas Jr. would be my pick. I'd wait a little bit longer, and I would take him there. But if I'm just trying to continue to build out good pieces for my squad, and I want someone more like Parker Washington, I think he's a much safer floor, and I have him higher than Brian Thomas Jr. in the same offense.
I'll add a little bit to that because one question that comes up often in the fantasy focus chat is which Jaguars wide receiver should I take? And what I find is that in many scenarios, Jacoby Myers is the guy who's the last man standing. And one thing, Mike, looking at your projections, you have all 3 of those guys that are projected for at least 100 targets. So you're getting a piece of a great passing game, a robust passing game, but I find that Myers is the best value out of those three, at least in my opinion.
Trevor Lawrence was excellent as well down the stretch. He had 4 top 5 finishes.
Remember when Travis Hunter was a thing we were talking about last year in fantasy football?
Yeah.
Times change from year to year. Remember when Brian Thomas Jr. was the
leagues.
third best wide receiver in fantasy as a rookie? Winnie Mac Jones back wherever Brian Thomas Jr. plays in 2027. Moody, you are on the clock. We have made the turn to pick round number 7, pick number 62. There's Steve Bachel Tootin as number 61 for Shefty. No offensive lineman available here, Moody, but who are you taking?
You know what's so funny? I was so into the show and talking, looking at the picks. I'm like, oh, wow, I am on the clock.
Yes, you are.
So, all right. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I draft Drake May.
All right.
So I'm going to go with Drake May. And many of you know I was very bullish on Drake May last year. You know, wrote a column, on ESPN.com about May, how he could finish, as a top fantasy quarterback. And I'm all in. A.J. Brown, having him this year, first year in a new place, keeping my fingers crossed he's not disgruntled, should get a ton of targets. I really like May to repeat the greatness that he showed us last year.
Okay, Drake May was a top 3 quarterback in scoring last year. Not quite top 3 in terms of where he is drafted this year, but not that far behind. Michael Lester Clay, your 7th round.
Michael Lester Clay Jr. I like Michael Jr.'s, but it's not the direction I'm going to go here because I want to get a tight end on the board. I feel like there's still a guy left that has a tremendous upside. I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts, who, kind of a fun fact, he's gone from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 touchdowns throughout his career, +1 every single year. So that's
what do you think this year, Daniel?
I think he's probably going to do 6 this year.
6 this year.
Yeah.
So I'll take 6 touchdowns from Kyle Pitts, who's one of the best raw talents at the position. Really came into his own down the stretch last season. And regardless of who the quarterback is in Atlanta, they're not going to be running the ball at all. They are not scramblers. They're going to throw the ball a lot. That's going to mean extra targets, extra pass attempts, of course. So give me Kyle Pitts.
3 years, $54 million this offseason for Kyle Pitts to stick around with the Falcons. Liz Loza, you're next.
I went with Carnell Tate, rookie receiver in Tennessee. Obviously, the Titans haven't had an alpha possibility on the field since A.J. Brown left after 2021, and Tate is arguably the most pro-ready receiver in this year's class. I have to give it to you, Moody. I really thought I was going to be able to get Drake May, Fantasy's QB2 last year, second in MVP voting. Would have been the fourth quarterback off the board, but not going to me. So I'm going to go young upside receiver here to balance out some of the DJ Moore floor, if you will.
There you have it. By process of elimination, with a Titan now taken, only the Pittsburgh Steelers have not had a player drafted.
There's your chance.
64 picks. Could Aaron Rodgers be coming off the clock in just a matter of moments? We'll find out. But when we return, we got to decide on Jackson Dart. Just how much upside is there for the Giants' second-year quarterback?
A couple of these middle rounds are pretty
Mike is definitely
underwhelming.
not going to draft him based off of those comments right there. I'm on the clock. Round 7, we return. Check this out. 2.027 million teams have been drafted since yesterday. If each person responsible for drafting those teams donated $1, we would be north of 20% of the way to that $10 million pediatric cancer research goal that we have ahead of the Super Bowl on Valentine's Day. We have made it to round 7 of our fantasy football marathon mock draft. 10-team PPR format. I am on the clock. Quarterbacks have had to wait so far. I have taken the likes of Derrick Henry and Josh Jacobs.
Brace yourself.
Look, he has to scroll way down to find him.
Jackson Dart is my pick.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is, my Clay.
Over Justin Herbert, your guy?
Well, I mean,
how dare you?
Because who's picking at pick number? What would you be? I don't even know what your next pick would be. 70 something. Mike, you do make some good points about Jackson Dart. I'm not gonna lie. He was excellent last season.
I think about making good points.
I know.
Well, listen, my guys.
They're rare, so I remember all of them. Wow. Jackson Dart, who showed last year, and you can ask the Denver Broncos about this, that he is fully capable of carving up a defense with his arm. More promising and pertinent for our purposes that he set the record for most consecutive games for a rookie quarterback with a rushing touchdown. He's a potentially elite dual threat QB. I think that if any head coach other than John Harbaugh was hired this offseason, I might have a touch more apprehension. But John Harbaugh's been coaching Lamar Jackson for the entirety of Lamar's career. He knows the value of a dual-threat quarterback. I don't think the Giants are going to be conservative with Dart. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
How quickly will you be looking to get his backup with the injury concerns?
Probably not during
Not his backup.
A backup.
The nice thing about
You're not
quarterback.
drafting Jameis?
Yeah,
I might, out of respect, perhaps.
In all seriousness, though, I mean, quarterback is so deep, you can take Jackson Dart and then still have a QB1, a borderline QB1, a Bo Nix, someone like that.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, yeah, he should be going late. Brock Purdy. I mean, all those kind of guys are going to be available late in your draft. So you can have Dart, play him, and get QB1 production when he's out there, and then still have another QB1 ready to go as well. That's just the state of the position right now.
I just don't see the people talk a lot about the injury situation with him. You got to think about the growth like a rookie has from his first year to his second year, and he can learn how to play the game and how to slide. Josh Allen, all those other guys do that. But I know you're bullish on Dart. So am I. Averaged 22.6 fantasy points per game last year. Only other quarterback with more rushing touchdowns than Dart last year was Josh Allen. Very good company. And I'll close with this. To your point about quarterback being deep, like you've got guys available later like Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Tyler Shough. I'm like, you've got options if for some reason you did have to fill the void if Dart has time. So
for sure.
We are flying through picks now as Daniel Dopp has already made his selection after Joe Fortenbaum made his selection. Joe, who are you taking to pick number 60?
Little running back depth, Ramondre Stevenson over Travion Henderson. Both were on the board. Stevenson contributes more in the passing game. We got 9 touchdowns last year despite missing some time due to injuries and splitting carries. Didn't like what we saw from Henderson in the playoffs. Basically ended up getting himself benched to a point where you saw Ramondre get a lot more action. So little running back depth here. We go to New England. A.J. Brown opens up the field a little bit. We get the running game going.
Henderson a bit banged up. It should be worth noting. He has what is believed to be an ankle injury at this time for the Patriots. Didn't practice today for New England. Doesn't sound
Thing
like
too for the Patriots is
However,
offensive line is not terrible, but it's not elite either. And so I think less drop back pass this year would be beneficial. So that would lend to Ramondre having better.
Kittle is the guy that I'm grabbing now. Off
better
the
attempts.
pup list, you look at what he did last year when he was healthy. He was unbelievable. Still tight end 2 once he came back.
Travion, though, you just got to monitor that injury.
And basically the entirety of his career, 6 of his last 8 seasons, he's been a top 5 tight end. And well, last year was one of the reasons why he wasn't, because he didn't play all those games. He was still top 2 in points per game. Like, the guy is unbelievable. I talked about him quite a bit, actually, on Facts versus Feelings, and it's going to come out tomorrow, but we have a little teaser of that. I think things get spicy.
Maybe
this is
the
called
rubber
the
meets
bomb.
the road.
Wow. Whoa.
Oh, no. Do you need tissues?
Whoa. That's different.
You got to spit out.
That's different. Okay, so listen. George
Okay.
Kittle's last 7 seasons in the league.
Oh, no, I'm scared.
Missed the...
Stop coughing, I'm scared.
last season. Are you laughing at my pain?
No, I'm laughing out of pure nerves. I'm scared.
We got a
never
hot
not
takes
good.
episode coming out tomorrow. Very exciting. George Kittle, one of the guys I have as a hot take because I think that you could draft him here, and I wouldn't be shocked if he finishes tight end 1 in points per game, understanding he may miss some time at the beginning of the season.
Bubble guts.
It went through me earlier, Field. I had to clear things out.
I am glad that you are here for
A
this.
lot of information there.
What pick was that, Field? What pick number?
It was right after pick 66. Don't play games with me, Michael.
You make me do it all the time.
They just took the bait there. Kiana,
You make us millennials very, very proud with
Thank
that
you. Thank you.
response right there.
I'll take being a millennial.
And I think I'm gonna stay that route and make the millennials proud. I know we're looking at that wide receiver depth. And wait, you did tell me that there's no one been drafted from
Steelers.
Yeah.
We're not going to change that. But
Wow,
instead, I'm going to go ahead and go quarterback, and I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts. And you know what stands out most to me about Hurts is that goal line rushing role that he has. I feel like it's a great way to double dip when it comes to that quarterback position. So I'm going to roll with Hurts.
There you have it. Jalen Hurts, pick number 68. 2 picks after pick number 66. Raz, you're up next.
You know, a wise and handsome man once said, it's not often you can be in round 7 and get the tight end that might be tight end 1 overall. Tucker Kraft with the Green Bay Packers. I mean, big play tight end. Like, if Kittle's coming back from his injury this quickly, it sounds like Tucker Kraft's coming back from his injury. I'm all in on another piece of this Packers offense and a tight end that can be a game breaker.
All right, Tucker Kraft, who had that major knee injury last year, the Graz just referenced. Man, he kind of reminds me of a baby George Kittle with his run-after-catch ability. And it is now time for the ESPN Fantasy Football Draft Command Center, presented by United Airlines, where we find the one, the only, the milk-spilling Tyler Fulgham.
Yeah. And remind me of that, huh? I feel bad. I'm going to make sure that Mark doesn't have to clean that up. I'll take care of it afterwards. It was my fault. But I see the wide receiver 1 and a Kyle Shanahan offense sitting here. And electrical substation be damned. I'm going to take Mike Evans right here. We know the issues in that passing game. George Kittle coming back from injury. No Brandon Ayuk. No Ricky Pearsall. Debo on his second tour in San Francisco.
I mean, that entire offense is hurt. Evans, McCaffrey, Pearsall,
to do one thing, score touchdowns.
Kittle.
And Kyle Shanahan has desperately wanted an X receiver to score touchdowns since Brandon Ayuk.
Even Kyle Shanahan got hurt.
He's got his guy and Mike Evans, who can fill my flex spot as a wide receiver 3. I think this is great value at the end of round 7 for Big Mike.
That's how Tyler Fulgham feels about it. A certain member of our peanut gallery may feel differently.
Wow. Just typical. I mean, I wasn't even.
That's pretty good.
This is unreal. I mean, I already saw his next pick too, and I mean, this is about as bad as it gets. I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, Tyler? Mike Evans is 33. He had a rough year last year. He's already getting passed out by a rookie second-round pick on the depth chart. It's just not happening for him this year. And now your next guy. Did he even say who his next guy is yet? Or am I?
He didn't.
You can spoil it for us.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Tyler. I'll let you try to defend this one.
I'll give you credit. It was fair. I'm not good at drinking milk, but your analysis on Mike Evans is way off. All right, now I'm going to add another flex option. I already have 2 stud running backs. So here is one of the RBs I think has some of the best contingent value in all of the NFL. It's Travion Henderson. I do like Ramondre, that pick that Joe made, but if Ramondre goes down, Travion already showed us last year as a rookie. He has 25, 30-point upside as the guy who can dominate touches in that backfield. Super explosive, 60, 70-yard touchdowns within the realm of possibility when he touches the rock. So year 2, I expect improvement. I think the offense environment is going to be better, and I think he's a great RB3. If you get Travion as your RB3, your team is stacked.
Okay, Travion Henderson off the board for Tyler Fulgham as we have now made it into round 8. Look at how many people have already drafted a team since the start of yesterday. The answer is north of 2
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about Travion. I mean,
on ESPN
he does have home
which,
run potential. We saw that last year, despite limited carries and all that.
Million to be specific. The official
I think
fantasy
if
game
you're
of
him,
the NFL, right? Be a part
if you're drafting
of the
him, I
action
think you
to
probably
ESPN
need some
Fantasy
sort of
Football
reduction
app.
in carries to
We're having a
Ramondre,
blast
maybe injury or something
made our
like that.
way into round 8 of our 10-team PPR mock draft. There we have it, 2.04 million teams drafted since yesterday. We are in the midst of drafting our own teams right now as we've made it to round 8 of the ESPN 2026 Fantasy Football Marathon Mock Draft. 10 teams here. We've already made one pick in round 8. That was Tyler Fulgham, made from 35,000 feet up in the air. Dan Graziano, round 8, pick 2. What are you taking?
Draft still paused, so I can't.
Can't take anyone right now.
So they're telling us to pick fast, but then they're not letting us.
It's going to be unpaused.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Joe Burrow. I mean, you know, the quarterback.
Yeah.
It's just one of the top quarterbacks. I don't know how much more explanation a Joe Burrow pick needs. If there's injury risk, which there is, to Mike's point earlier, I'm going to be able to get somebody later on to back that up and offset that.
I mean, I think to some degree, so many of these players, I mean, there's injury risk built into every single player on there. Like, I know some guys have a history of it, some guys don't, but I've always thought, like, the NFL is a 100% injury rate league. Like, at some point in your career, you're going to get hurt. So you just can't really draft that way, I don't think. If you want to be a guy that just avoids players altogether that have injuries, I mean, that makes sense. I've done that that
the running
before
back,
certain
putting
years,
them on
but
my bench. or rolling down.
at some point you just
tell him
can't
who was on
control
your
it.
show.
Oh, Liz Lawson was on my show when I said that, by the way.
Okay.
There you
Just
go.
got to pick the good
Teach
players.
me a little something.
Like
so I do
Jonathan
what
Brooks,
you
good
say.
example.
Liz showing
Was he
you
had a
the
torn
way.
Achilles?
Daniel Dopp.
Good player though.
Yes,
Like
I don't have a
you just can't
quarterback
assume he's
yet,
going to
but
tear
I'm
his
gonna keep
Achilles
waiting
every
because
year.
we
You got to
keep
hope.
saying wait
you know,
at the quarterback position.
he stays
going
healthy.
with Michael Pittman Jr. here because I love the upside of a guy. Yes, very first Steeler. A lot of upside here. I think it's a floor play in my wide receiver.
Where does he rank in your favorite Michael Juniors?
He's second.
He's second. Okay.
Yeah, behind Michael Waltrip Jr.
Yeah, that was cool.
Waltrip Jr. Is it even Michael Waltrip?
I don't know. I was just,
he was scrambling to come up with
I was taking a shot in the dark. Yeah.
For a second, you stumped the NASCAR guy. Fortenbaugh, you were on the clock. Who you got, bud?
Christian Watson, Green Bay wide receiver. A lot of departures this offseason should open up the target share. Love the offense. Big fan of Jordan Love as an MVP candidate at 20-1 this year. That's a conversation for another day. But we're going with Christian Watson.
One of my favorite sleepers in all of fantasy football this year is Wan'Dale Robinson, Tennessee Titans wide receiver. Got big money this offseason. He reunites with Brian Daboll, and he has back-to-back years with 90 or more catches. All right, Liz Loza.
I selected Trevor Lawrence coming off of a career effort, though his numbers did not look that different from his last fully healthy season in 2023. I believe that with all of the pass catchers at his avail, he'll be able to pick up where he left off in Liam Cohen's supercharged offense.
All righty, and two more.
I'm going to go. This is a bench player, so I'm going for an upside play here, potential year 3 breakout at wide receiver, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Give me that.
Moody man.
Give me him.
I'm going with Jacoby Myers.
You talked about that. You kept waiting. You keep on smashing there.
Yeah, he's available. Let's do it.
And Adam Schefter, the final pick of round 8.
The one position I have not filled is a position where there's still a good player available, Sam Laporta. I now have Jahmyr Gibbs and Sam Laporta.
All right, Laporta battling back right now from that back surgery last year, also dealing with a bit of a hip thing going on right now, but we have made it through 8 rounds. We're going to continue to draft this. It's all going to be available on ESPN.com. We're going to come back with some analysis, but be a part of the 2.043 million teams that have been drafted on ESPN Fantasy since just yesterday alone. Wow. Incredible numbers, absolutely crushing it. We'll wrap up these teams when we return. Look at that, 10-person sweater. That's amazing, a lot of fun there. Good camaraderie. I think that was Dana with the photo credit. Shout out Dana Jackson, an amazing job here. We've had a ton of fun throughout this fantasy football marathon, and there have been a lot of people drafting. Over 2.04 million teams drafted. Of course, you can be a part of all the fun we have had so far.
I debated Barry Sanders, but being that he's retired, the next best thing will be Jahmyr Gibbs.
Necessary for the guy who already has more intel than all of us to get the #1 pick. I'm on Ross St. Brown.
That was my pick. I should have had it. I hate you.
Daniel Dopp, America's favorite Lions fan.
That's true.
I feel like Mama Dopp.
Your bookie?
Oh, Kim Robinson, you're Eminem.
I thought that me and Dan Graziano were friends.
Yeah.
You know?
My contacts were in for too long and they died. Who else was in the sauna? Was there someone else in the sauna?
A bit of a different strategy than Dopp. I like to draft guys that play.
I almost feel like the Denzel Washington gift where he's like,
Just bring Tyler a cookie in the middle of your
In here, Mark. I need some milk with this cookie.
Well, I'll have to get my revenge either in the 7th round or next year when he's drafting from a submarine.
Highest number of rushing scores he's ever had in his career.
Oh,
Not now.
oh, wow.
There was something funky in Mike's milk that he was drinking apparently there.
The curse is on now, The Miz.
You look like a complete moron right now.
He's not even in the room, and
Looking out
we
for you, my
can't
friend.
cut his audio off.
We've had a blast, that much is for sure. A big thanks to Tyler and our friends over at United for making the first ever fantasy football mock draft on an actual flight take place. Big shout out to our friends over at Starlink as well for our incredible crew of drafters here. And of course, all the people that have worked tremendously hard over the past few months to get the 2026 Fantasy Football Marathon up and running and executed. Shout out to you. And of course, the over 2 million teams that have been drafted. If this does not get you ready for fantasy football season, I don't know what will. Let's go. We are ready. We're going to finish this mock draft out. It'll be available on ESPN.com. Check out all the great content there. We'll see you on Fantasy Focus tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time on the NFL and ESPN YouTube channel.
Keep pounding those picks.